I'm Antony John, and welcome to the Manic Organic. Today we're heading east, far east. Well, at least 5 concessions down the road anyways. We're going to Stratford because today the Dragon Boat Festival starts. And I'm getting in the mood for it. So's my garden. We've got all kinds of Asian vegetables ready, like Thai basil, Japanese soybeans, and baby bok choy. And later on, we're going to be using some of them to make a fantastic Thai green curry. It's going to be great stuff.
I'm an organic market gardener, supplying markets, restaurants, and individual customers with farm-fresh organic produce. You'll always get the best flavor and nutrition from locally grown produce. Now, growing vegetables at home is one thing,
but when you grow vegetables for a restaurant, you have to grow so much more than the old standbys. And we've got some Asian vegetables here that are just coming into their peak of flavor right now. We have Thai basil, which is a wonderfully fragrant herb. That's best used right fresh from the garden onto the plate. We have edible green soybeans. They're used in a Japanese dish called edamame. And last but not least, we have beautiful baby bok choy, which is a really succulent and healthful vegetable that's great in stir fries. Fantastic.
one vegetable you'll rarely see in the grocery aisle is the humble and ancient soybean.
Now for the rest of my crops, I use my earthway planter, but for soybeans, they act like little ball bearings, so I've got to put them in by hand. I'm using my little plow here to plow out a furrow about, I guess 2 inches deep. But once we've got the furrow laid out, I come in with my bean seed and just kind of roll them along. They can be pretty close together in the row, and put the rows about 2 feet apart. Okay, when I'm done that, come back with my little plow and make sure you're using untreated soybean seed to grow organically. Cover the furrow back in. And then walk the straight line. That'll get the soybeans going off to a good head start because they're in a nice firm seed bed now. Soy far, soy good. Let's go see how the rest of the crop's doing.
You should sow soybeans directly into your garden after the last spring frost. Soybeans like well-drained soil and are ready to harvest in about 75 days.
Now we've had a hot year. We've had some rain in July. It's been a bad year for our potatoes and for our onions, but the beans, the green beans and the soybeans, have really loved this hot weather, and I've got a bumper crop of these delicious little things. This is what soybeans look like when they're ripe. They'll start getting a little plumper. You'll get 2 to 3 beans in each pod, and they generally start ripening from the bottom of the plant up. So you want to start picking right away when they're like this. And they're only going to stay ripe at this stage for about a week. Then they start getting too dry and mealy tasting. So I would come in and do the first picking, and then maybe 3 days after that, you can come in and do a cleanup harvest around the top of the plant. Now don't worry if you have too many beans in your harvest. That's a good thing, because you can blanch them in the pods like this and then freeze them for the winter. Now soybeans are a great crop to grow organically. You're not using any chemicals, so there's no danger of getting any residues on the outside of the part you're going to eat, which is the beans inside these pods. Also, any insects that do feed on the plant just feed on the leaves, not on the part that you eat. So it's a great crop to grow. It's sweet, moist, buttery. In fact, they're also known as butter beans. And they're better than anything I've ever had. These green soybeans are the national snack in Japan, and it's just starting to catch on in North America. It's called edamame, and I'm going to show you how to make it in the kitchen. Dead easy. These
These are the edible soybeans that we just picked in the field. They make the Japanese snack edamame, and I'm telling you, they're the most rewarding snack you can make. They're so easy, and man, they taste so good. All you have to do is wash them in the pods, get some of the dirt off them, pop them into your steamer, and let them steam for about 3 or 4 minutes. No longer, otherwise they'll get kind of mealy. Okay, they're ready. Out of the steamer, into the bowl. Now you get the secret ingredient, coarse sea salt. Gives them that lovely bit of crunchy texture. Get those little nuggets of salt in your mouth. Toss it around. And I'm telling you, make more than you think you're gonna eat, because you're gonna eat more than you think you are. Just pop them in your mouth. And don't tell your friends until you've eaten as much as you want. Because man, oh man, they're gonna be all over these.
Keeping with the Eastern theme, I'm going to be harvesting some May King Choy, also known as baby Bok Choy, some Thai basil, and then joining the dragon boats down on the Avon River.
If you're very quiet, you can hear the vegetables growing. Baby bok choy are a delicious vegetable to grow, and they're also good for you. They're loaded with vitamin A and iron. When you plant them outside, seed them after the long weekend in May in Canada, because these plants are day length sensitive. And if you plant them out before the long weekend in May, you're going to get a tall, spindly, skinny plant that's going to go to flower right away. That's called bolting. That problem also happens if you try to grow them from transplants, so seed them directly into the soil. About 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch is plenty deep for these guys. And as soon as you do seed them, cover them over right away with the row crop covers, because those flea beetles aren't going to give you a moment's rest. Water them in as well. That'll get them off to a good head start. Boom!
My work here is done.
These are the spun bonded row crop covers that we use to protect the baby bok choy. They serve two purposes. First, they protect them against the flea beetles that'll attack them and eat holes all through the leaves. But as the weather starts getting colder, they also serve as a frost protection, and they act like a mini greenhouse on the crops. They keep the temperature up, they keep the humidity up, the crops will grow a little bit better. This is like opening a 3,000 square foot Christmas present for me, because it's the first time I'm taking the row covers off my baby bok choy. Now, not everyone's as enthusiastic about that as I am, but the people who eat my vegetables are. And look at that. We've got a beautiful crop here. Never been touched. Okay, now we're going to go down all this row and thin all the plants out. Now, this is about the spacing that we want our plants at when they're out in the field. About 15 to 20 centimeters between plants. You've got to keep the weeds out from around them, otherwise they tend to stretch. They'll tend to get too tall. Now, I really like bok choy because they're such a crunchy vegetable. The stems, they're almost like an apple crunchiness and texture in your mouth, and they're loaded with vitamins. They're really good for you. They have a nice mild to slightly bitter flavor, but they really work well in a wilted dish. Wow, they just taste great this time of year too. This is about halfway through its growth cycle, and this is the size that I think it's best for cooking, because all of the plant's edible at this stage. You can even wilt them whole at this size. When it gets a little bit bigger, like this one here, you'll need to break it down into pieces and take the stems off. And stir fry the stems first for about 10 seconds, and then add the leaves for the last little bit to wilt them down. Then you'll take them all off the main plant like that. There, all tucked in for the night. Like all basils, Thai basil is a subtropical plant, and the lowest temperature it can take is about 5 degrees Celsius. So I like to move some of my favorite plants inside into the greenhouse so I can pick from them up until Christmas time.
Thai basil has a licoricey aroma that really jumps out at you when you harvest it fresh from the field.
Oh, it smells so good.
It's grown exactly the same as Italian basil.
Okay, I'm preparing a little hole where I can quickly put it in. Leave as much soil around it as I can. Plant it at the same depth that it came out of the ground. Then I'll take a pair of scissors and clip the flower heads off.
Clipping the flower heads off the Thai basil plants will reduce the demand for water by cutting down the surface area that dries out.
Then water it and the plant will regrow into the winter months. There. Great. Thai curry, here we come.
The restaurants are waiting for their daily orders in Stratford. Just 10 minutes down the road, this beautiful town is famous for its Shakespearean festival and its wonderful parks. But once a year, something strange comes to town. This is the annual Stratford Dragon Boat Festival to raise money for charity. Every year, thousands of people come to watch and take part in this exciting spectacle.
My wife Tina and I love the Dragon Boat Festival.
So I'm saying, go, go!
Almost as much as we enjoy our organic edamame. Yum, 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 yum. The edamame will give me the energy I need to take part in the Dragon Boat race. And then I've got to head back to the kitchen to make our Thai curry picnic.
Boy, you know, I really get into these boat races. Asian culture has dragons everywhere. The other country that has a lot of dragon influences, of course, is where I'm from, man, Wales. So I got decked out in my dragons. I got my dragon on my shirt, I got dragon for an earring, even my shorts are dragon. This is Bo Ellsworth of the Stratford Festival Theatre.
Yes.
Also of the Jetstar's Dragon Boat team. And Bo's been giving me my pointers today to master the art of dragon boat racing. So when do we go water skiing?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
What a great way to spend a Sunday afternoon. Camaraderie, teamwork, spirit, it's all there. And look at the outfits. I mean, can you go wrong with outfits like this?
Thanks, everybody.
Okay.
Now, it's time for lunch.
What better way to celebrate a dragon boat event on the Avon River than a picnic with my wife Tina and Thai curry. Now, some of the elements that go into Thai curry that characterize it as such is this balance of sweet, sour, salty, and hot. And the ingredients we've got here will reinforce those flavors. For sweet, we're going to be using cherry tomatoes. For salty, staple in Thai cuisine is Thai fish sauce. Very, very salty, used sparingly. For sour, we'll use lime juice. Very fragrant and lovely citrusy cutting edge to it. And for hot, we're using this kicking curry paste that we're going to make today.
Wow, and what is in this green curry paste? It smells amazing.
I'm so glad you asked, hon, because we've got
lemongrass and bergamot, coriander seed and leaves, peppercorns and curry leaves, cumin and turmeric, garlic and shallot, 4 green chilies finely chopped. Take the seeds out because they're hot. Mix this around a lot. And to make a sticky bowl, 4 teaspoons of peanut oil. What do you think of that?
Well, I wonder if I could just buy it at the supermarket.
Well, you could, but you wouldn't get the song and dance thing. Then.
Right, right.
All right, our curry paste is ready. Take about 3 tablespoons of it for today. Now, for the sweet portion of the curry, you work on the cherry tomatoes. Just take the green tops off them, and I'll do the shallots.
All right.
And most of the shallots are done, so there's not a whole lot of slicing left. Okay, shallots are done. I'm going to heat some oil up, and then we'll start sweating them on the stove. And let's start sweating them. The cherry tomatoes, you don't want to have too hot. You're just going to sort of caramelize the outside of them. We don't want to burn the outside. So you want to get all those tomatoes coated in oil and keep moving them around a bit like that.
Okay.
And hold them for a couple of seconds so that one side gets sticky. Yeah, you can see the coloring starting to happen and they're vibrating like little happy tomatoes. Okay, I'll get some of the Thai basil ready. Oh, you can really smell that anise sort of fragrance coming up. It's just great using fresh basil for a curry like this. The fragrance is such a strong part of Thai cuisine. Now we're going to start the chicken stock and the coconut milk. Thank you. Good. Now we'll bring it back to the boil and add the chicken stock. That just gives it a bit more velvetyness.
Oh, looks good already.
Now our curry paste.
Magic ingredients.
Lovely.
Want that stirred through?
Yeah. Okay, the Thai basil I'm going to keep till the very end to keep it really fresh. I'll put in the fish sauce now.
Good stinky stuff.
Yeah, so now we've got sour going and salty going.
And how do the tomatoes look?
Yeah, you see that? You get some cracking on it. That's fine,
Yeah.
that's good. Okay, they're ready, they can go in. Got a girl.
Can you help them along?
Yeah.
There
Great.
we go.
Okay. Now we'll bring them up to the boil again. And as they start cooking, they'll start releasing the sugar into the sauce, into the curry sauce, and sweeten it up.
Oh, it smells great.
Good, good. The great thing about Thai food is it really emphasizes freshness, and that fugitive aroma that you get with Thai cooking can only be found with really good ingredients. And we're cooking this down, bring it to a boil so that the chicken stock thickens a bit and the curry gets nice and velvety. So
Can I give it a
you can
taste
have a
test?
little taste now. And I'm going to get the last 2 things. Almost.
Wow.
Almost.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got
Delicious.
some lime juice. And
Can it be lunchtime now?
save the best for last. We got some of our organic Thai basil just on the top. Look at that. Let me have a go at this. Yep, we got sweet, sour, salty, and hot. It's all together there. And that Thai basil we put in at the very end, get this lovely fragrance coming up now. And get the limes, the lemongrass in there. That's a winner.
Hooray.
Okay, that one's ready. Now I'll get you to work on the bok choy.
Okay.
And you want to take the stems off the bok choy.
Just break it apart.
Yeah. And separate leaves from stems and then sliver the stems.
Okay.
Get them ready for the pan. Okay. And I think I'm going to get working on the tuna steak. I'll get a bit of salt and pepper, and then on to the babby with them.
All right. How long are you going to grill them for?
Oh, about 2 minutes aside tops. You just want to sear them more than anything.
Plus, we're getting really hungry, so
Oh,
it's...
yeah. Okay, a couple minutes on the barbecue, and these tuna steaks will be ready for our fabulous Thai curry picnic.
All right.
See you in a few minutes.
A few minutes is all it takes to grill up the tuna, ready for our riverside dragon boat picnic.
Okay, my tuna's done. How's the bok choy?
My bok choy is done.
Okay, the finals are gonna start, so let's get this thing
All
packed
right.
up. I'm ready to go. Oh, I can't wait to eat it.
Smells good.
It's gonna be great.
What a perfect setting for a picnic with my wife Tina. The inspiration of the dragon boat race gave me the motivation for this delicious meal. Thai green curry with tuna, Tina, and bok choy. Except for the tuna, all grown on our farm.
Oh, that's great. Wow, those are gushy little tomatoes, hard to eat. But they're sweet.
I'll have to figure out a way of growing tuna as well. Maybe in the pond.
Perfect.
We're so lucky to be living in a place like Stratford, a city with great culture and entertainment, and the wonderful restaurants that make it possible for me to be an organic farmer. One of the things I like about being an organic farmer is the diversity, taking foods from other cultures and adapting them to suit local tastes. Market gardening is all about those local tastes, and no matter how far away the inspiration for your meal comes from, it'll always be improved by homegrown produce, grown organically.
Until next time on the Manic Organic, I'm Antony John, a man outstanding in his field.